Dani Jasu Dagu Chijinji Sonanji Androla Benji Sanje Ru Sanje Chetan Soji Chana La Chanju Bado Dani Jasu Shi Dagu Chijinji Sonan Rola Benji Sanje Ru Sho Sanje Chetan Soji Chana La Chanju Bado Dani Dagi Chijinji Sonanji Androla Benji Sanje Ru La Dang La Me Dam Yang Ji Yong Bo Dan Jie Jin La Su Chu Ji Jia La Chao Jie Ba Na San Jie Sun Ba De Xi Xi Jue Ju Ru Ju Ba Jie Da Jie Jie De Be Chen Yin Ti Ni Di Ri Xi Ti Wei Jia Xin Yun De Ri Ji Sa Yu Di Ji Ba Chen Jin Che Ba Da La Chu Le Te Jin Gu Wa Yi Di La Be Nian Jie Xin Jie Su Zhe Yin Me An Bi Da Ni Le Wa Tu La Tu Be Sun Nian Ki Yin Na Mo La Ye Ge Da Lu Da Ni Jin Gen Zhu Ba Da Da Me Ye Ge Na Wa Gun Xi Sa Na Mu Qi Sa Tamje Ge Dun Da Gui Che Den Do Kang Ge Den Jin Zhe Wa Jun Ga Ba Me Ba Ji Me Ba Che Ba Me Ba Da Me Ba我没把中文把太太对面对进面，只要你写几天把作业3天嘛，那就谈把带拉下走路。哦，老师他刚说的，希望那个看起弄来làm gì呢？没把抢去，没把送，看起弄来làm的呢，没把抢去，没把送，是干了，弄。शेराजी फारू सिमें दोये कासो अने तोनी तोबे शेरा समो तोनी तोबे अने लामदी मेबा अने तेजेजी chanju다 년되지 chanju다 राजा지 chanju खाया मे서바 मेबा 송바레스 간지 눈에 람데니 메바 chanju 메바 송
It's said in a verse by the master Arya Deva that that which
Shivala,
sorry. From by Shanti Deva, that that which is not expressed in this scripture, kanji lungle mepa.
Kanji lungla lamdini mepa chanju mepa song.
Apart from
Sheraji paro to chimpen doye kaso, samotoni mosum to be sherabdi mepa. 년되지 chanju다, ranjaji chanju다, tejeji chanju sombo kayang toba me bar song go are.
So apart from the path which is taught in this scripture, here referring the path here is referring to understanding emptiness as it's taught in the Perfection of Wisdom Sutras. Apart from that, there's no achievement of awakening. And it said that here, whether one's talking about the awakening of the Shravakas, whether one's talking about the awakening of the Pratyeka Buddhas or the awakening of Buddhas, none of those exist without this path.
아니 체라지 바로도 저 돈이도 베셔 라나 로고와 마세 년되지 살아 대바 아니 살아 로바 대배장 아니 체라지 바로 침발라 라버 차오 세 대인바리.
So the scripture here that's being cited or is referenced is the statement in the Perfection of Wisdom Sutras that someone who wishes to train in the path of the Shravakas, even one who wishes to train in the path of the Shravakas, must train themselves in the perfection of wisdom. So this indicates that not only for a person wishing to follow the Mahayana, but even a person wishing to follow the Shravaka vehicle must train in the perfection of wisdom.
Oh, that did our love go Gunja Kawato Sana. Ta Kasanganyeso, Kasangayang around the Shaki, Koi Zawa Seki, Koi Zawati, Ani Jotula Mendawa. Ranjuba Menjeki, Koi Zawala, Ani Ranja to be said to do to be somebody Koi Zawa. Koi Zawa, Koi Shiza Kagache, Koi Shiza, dancing, Choi dancing, Choi Dame Kalang, Samza Bayang, Ranjuba Yena, Choi dancing, Koi Shiza, Koi Zawa Mari. Koi Zawa Karasana, Ranja to be said to do what's a bit in Balasha. In the Ranja to be said to be Zimbatism, and a Ranja to be said to Tombangosun to be said to Kombala Tana, Pong to Bad, Deni, and a Koi Zawa, and 뻥아 제발라 돈이 더 별로 거기 말이 돈이 무슨 더 별로 거기 말이
So the reason this is the case is that, if we discuss this in terms of the different schools of Buddhist philosophy, different systems of tenets, then there's a difference in that according to the autonomous school of Madhyamika and the other schools below that, it's held that the ignorance, which is the root of samsara, is the kind of grasping which grasps at the person as having a self-sufficient self. That sort of grasping is for them considered to be the root of samsara. But they differentiate that kind of ignorance from that which is called the foundation of samsara, the sort of a foundation of samsara. And they say that in order to achieve liberation from samsara, one must eliminate that kind of grasping at the person as having a self-sufficient self, but does not necessarily have to get rid of the kind of grasping, misapprehension, which is the foundation of samsara.
다 가상 건이 가면 소원 아신 전에 가사그 단전의 최지 단전이가 거의 잡아야下고해 말에 가사그 단전의 최지 단전세에 가사그 단전 대한단다 아니 라제도비 제도 주어진 좀 태장 많이 봐 가사 대바 주어진 좀 봐 가사그 단전다 풍소 대바 주어진 봐 최지 단전의下고해 말
So in this system that we're studying here, that's not accepted, that presentation. Here we would say that the kind of grasping which holds the person to have a self-sufficient self it does not count even as the sort of ignorance which is grasping at a self of persons. In this system, we differentiate we define the wisdom, grasping, which is grasping at a self of persons, as holding the person to be established as real, and whereas the grasping which holds at a self of phenomena is holding other phenomena other than the person as being established as real.
근데 인자 가사가 단전다 최이 단전이가 거의 잡아 인자 다 가서래 거의 동안 여러 시비 니시토와 제발라 아니 코와 지지 그 단전 잡아 본 거예요. 단전 본와 제발라 단전 본와 제발라 단전기 아니 현유매배 아니 가사가 다음에 달라 바꿔봐. 가사 그 다음에 최지 다음에 이거대 동반이 된라 마바와 아니 된진 범민이 봐 인상 다 가서를 자와셔를 내가서 최지 다음에 가사 그 단전당 최지 다음에 최지 단전이 네가 이 세유매바 된라 배대 아니 저비 남람 아니 투매 거 타입이 거네 아니 된라 봐 라지 소소라 봐 된 말에
So in this system, then, we say that the grasping at a self of persons and grasping at a self of phenomena are both counted as the types of ignorance which are the root of samsara. And here, they're distinguished in terms of the objects which are grasped at, being persons and phenomena, but the way in which this ignorance misapprehends those objects as existing as being real or being established as real, that there's no difference in terms of the sort of way in which that ignorance apprehends these objects. So there's no difference in that respect. And then So in this text here that we're studying, the basic verses on wisdom, there are numberless, a great many reasons which establish the non-existence of the object which is grasped at by that kind of ignorance. Something being established as real. And all of the reasonings here are designed to demonstrate the emptiness, which is the contrary of that object which is grasped at as being real. And all of these reasonings are, in the different chapters, are designed to negate the object which is grasped at and to establish emptiness, which is the opposite of that.
Oh yeah, that in the inza, Kasore, Kapti, Arashi Matuba, and then Dana Baba Chepaza, Anita, Chumta Woma Mansheki, Ranjiba Mansheki, Ane Kasore, Kondegi, Kowatam, Kasore, Kwako Rimbatam, Anu Koala Dobi Rimba, and that Dudizamba, and Rimba Niwote, Kan Koala Doba down, Quartiji, Junior, Rangon and Truba. Rangon and Truba Yinzang, Ani Dukoa, Jejiki, Lada Nimona Tena, Deudunga Tempa Javata. Ani Kasore, do Lamde Rangi di Truba la Tene, Ani Lamde Goba la Tene, Jebu, Anu Goba Toyate, Rangon and Trubu Jenji, Anita. Kasore, Kwanto Birimbata, Jubirimbata Jaw, too. Rangun and Maduna, Kwan Jubirimbata, Kwanto Birimbata Jaw, Meduba Imbari.
So in this, here then, in this portion of the text that we've arrived at, it's discussing how the other schools of Buddhist philosophy, the Swatantrika or autonomous Madhyamikas and so forth, the other lower schools, those all hold that if something exists, it has to exist from its own side. It has to be established from its own side. So they say that the entire way in which the causality of samsara, in that suffering arises from its source, if the source or the cause of samsara is not established objectively or from its own side, then there's no way that it could function as a cause for the arising of the result, samsara, which is also established objectively or from its own side. And then the same thing applies to nirvana and the path to nirvana, cessation and the path to cessation. If those are not established, if the path is not established objectively from its own side, then it cannot give rise to a result, which here being the cessation, which is has to be objectively established. If these things are not established objectively from their own side, then there's no way that they can operate in these kinds of relationships.
Oh, Tenita, Dishita, Papi Dishita, Baki, New Tegi, Junji Misi, Junji Mede Bizobatella, Junji is an Gulaten and Dewu Jungata. Ani Dewu, Ani Dewu Jiba, Jungatan, Jibaki, Junji Mede Bizobatella, Ani Papi Demba, Dukunjun la Tene, Dewu Junga, Dewu Castle, Dunga Demba Jungatan. Du Lamden la Tene, Dewu Dunga, Dewu Guaten Junga. What a metabili, Jabayon de la Casandi and Machi Gala, Cadetida Gwinduna, Juma Messi, Juba Me, Chinangon or Tamje, and the Rangon True, Tomachi, Yens and all Tungaranshi True, Tomachina. That they take mother telling you what Chimboyare, Candide Sena, Annie Junji Mena, Chinangon or Nash, Tomo Dida, and a Moshanji Punashi, and the Java Juba Meko Gray. Sewa, Teme Junga da Jiba Java Mena, Ani Papa Dembashi and Melkure. Papa Dembashi and Jukunjula Tene, Ani Dunga Demba Java down. 귤람데라 때네 저 안에 또 고된 토바야 메고 그래 세가라 파베 가데지다 군전나 중앙 메시 집밤에 파베 템바 시오나 첼라메 바 타와 줄 스투세마라 다 가사 진짜로 하더만.
So then yesterday, as we went through the first verse of this chapter, these other philosophers, Buddhist philosophers, are saying that if things are not established from their own side, if they're empty of existing objectively from their own side, then it's no way that they could arise and disintegrate. So here again, the suffering arises from its source. The source is the cause for the arising of suffering, and the cessation arises from its cause, which is the path. And without those being objectively established, then they couldn't function in that way. So the text says, if all of these are empty, meaning not existing from their own side, then they wouldn't arise and they wouldn't disintegrate. And for you who hold this position that they're not objectively established, existing from their own side, then the four realities for Aryas would also, it would obtain that those would become non-existent.
Oh yeah, then 제제라 가서 파비데 마시메베 용수 시에다 뽕아당 공당원도 자와다 타와지와 마이노 시에 가서 다 덴바시오데 메나 안에 동아 용수 시에와 좀 된데지 동아 시에와 자 송하기 안에 동아 용수 시에와 자와당 안에 동아지 주 군중 빵와 자와당 공당 용수 시에다 빵와당 아니 동아 뽕지기 아니 주 년보 람된 공바당 년보 람된 라때네 빵자 두근 세비 세바 과바 아니 온도 자와양 아니 타바주고 말해 쓰게 말해
The verse then, next verse says, because the four realities of Aryas would be non-existent, then through understanding, the abandonment, the development, the actualization of these would also be unjustifiable or would be impossible. So here the four Arya realities or truths for Aryas are the reality of suffering, which is to be fully comprehended, fully understood, the reality of the source of suffering, which is to be gotten rid of, the path, the reality of the path, which is to be cultivated, developed, and the reality of cessation, which is to be actualized. None of those objectives which are to be accomplished with respect to the four Arya realities would be justifiable or possible.
Oh yeah, 다 잡아 씌우되면 나왔으니까 아니 시작도 된 방자 군중 검자 남대 온도 자주 아니 고바 매나 아니 동아 시와 제바 보당 군중 방아 제바 보당 남 고바 보당 고장 온도 제바 보소지 아니 제바 시야 아니 미타고레시 제바 생각인데 아니 제바를 때네 조고와 인다 제바 차와라 마주어레
So here it says that likewise, and the implication of this is that if these objectives, the thorough comprehension of suffering, the abandonment of the source of suffering, the cultivation of the path, and the actualization of nirvana, if all of those were impossible or unjustified, could not be justified and established, then the agents that perform those actions would also be impossible, unjustifiable, so that the person who thoroughly understands the reality of suffering, who gets rid of the origin of suffering, who cultivates, develops path to the cessation, and then the person who actualizes cessation, all four of those would also be impossible.
가서래 슈바당 되네 밑에 비춰봐 세대 데려도와 슈바당 되네 슈바당 되네 세대 아니 되우시라 되우시 예배 나네 다 telescope 슈바단 도 밑에 슈바 생각데 대내데 좀 대내 대단테 토비 치도 아니 가서래 좋아 매서 치비 권해 대내 토비 치도 아니 좋아 tel라 잡아텔라 슈바 시거래 배나 주슈를 대서나 주슈지 대우 좀비 토비 치도 아니 주슈지 대우 토비 치도 좋아 가서래 좋아라 좀 봐. 주슈지 대우 토비 좋아라 슈바 인상 kho라 슈바스가 주슈 슈바스거래 어때 인상 된다 아니 주슈지 대우 슈바되게 주슈지 대우 토비 치도 전주 잠배 타르 주슈기 대우 토바 인상 되네스거래 인자 된다지 슈바단 되네 미대비 접아 세더라 대다 여바 매인배 대우시양 여마인 세가나 다 두된 시와다 군중방와다 고방운도 차와다 람공발라 서와기 아니 파비된시 담바시오지 차 아니 시와 차와라 서와면나 다 대우시 메고 그래.
So then this leads into the next accusation or argument which they're making against our position. They would, in this argument, is saying that just as that also based upon the previous statement, then those who have commenced and those who are situated in the result or who abide in the result would also be impossible or unjustifiable. And here, there's two terms, one which says those who have commenced, this is sometimes translated as enterers. This refers to people who have generated effort and who are producing effort to apply themselves towards the objective, to understand suffering, to get rid of the source, to cultivate the path, to actualize nirvana. All of those results, they're commenced. They've begun applying themselves to accomplishing those results, and then those who are situated in the result are those who have achieved the outcome of that application or that effort such that they have obtained then the result of all of those efforts. So the opponent here is saying if these objectives don't exist, the thorough comprehension of suffering and so forth don't exist, then the agents who perform who accomplish those objectives would not exist, and then as a consequence of that, the status of having commenced to obtain these results and to be situated in the result of these efforts would also be non-existent.
Oh yeah, that's Tela 주슈지 대부니 통방방비 까지마 주루바 남라지 제수 셰와 남로 남당 스고아레 다 주슈 대우 토바기 뒤세대 간데레 샤샤 송고아레 봐 tela jushu ji devu ni jushu ki devu sangane khande chila sigre sena jushu ki devu thoba cheba la pangja tela thombang kunjo sum wa thombang kunjo sum thombang kunjo sum de khande sire sena ane kasore 조미 되다 람노당 가서 람라 태좀 사와당 좀 믿어봐당 람노와당 람라 태좀 사와 전에 소환하시 좀 믿어봐 친구한테라 직다 군다 직다 람노와데 따와 총진체是吧따와 총진 남라 태솜사와데 태솜이 뭔지해 그래서 오 내가 통방 근처스무시에 다 될은 직다 쓸가라 직다 군다 샤고를 마도 직다 아니 저런 뭐가 이나 직다가 앉아서 간사 샤고를 직다라 통방이 배차고를 때 많이 받다 된다 뒤로라이나 직다 군다 따와 총진 아니 간사에 태솜이 뭔지 어때서뭐데 직다 방 통방 근처스무 통방 근처스무
Kunjor. Okay. So the discussion of this begins by saying that if one who knows the reality of suffering and so forth didn't exist, then the four results also would be non-existent. And then here it's there's a description of the four results. And here, the first of these is the result of becoming someone who has entered the stream, a stream enterer. This is explained as follows: that 통방방비 캐치마.
내가 통방방비 캐치마스라면 누가 내가 그 주슈세 간데스그레잖아. 주슈지 되고서라. 주슈 되고서가 빼잖아. 간데서 거래 통방 군주스 방비. 아니 방바 잠지. 아니 그전지 되울은 내비 강사되라. 아니 주슈 되부 스거 주슈지 주슈 되네 스거래.
그네.
좋아 되네. 주슈 되네 주슈 슈바 스나 강사를 고거래. 그러면 주슈지 되부 스나 코랑게날 주슈 또발을 고거래.
So when we talk about someone who is commenced upon someone who is commenced or someone who is situated in the result, these are referring to persons. And then when we say the result of being someone who has entered into, or the result of being a stream enterer, for example, the result here is the realization that those people, such persons have acquired. Either they're commencing to achieve that realization, or they abide in the, they're situated in the result of that kind of realization. So the first of these, which is the result, which is being entering into the stream, or being a stream enterer, the definition of it is that it's someone who has gotten rid of the things to be abandoned by means of seeing, the path of seeing. And these are enumerated as three kinds of fetters, three things that bind one. And then the three are kunjorsumli.
kunjorsumli 직다군다 따와 총진 So
the three are then, this is the wrong view towards the perishing collection, the disintegrating collection, which is imagined or which is intellectually acquired, and then the view which holds conduct, faulty kinds of religious conduct and observances as being, thank you, the wrong view which grasps at, grasping at wrong views is the second one. And then the third one is a type of doubt, which is a mental affliction.
좀미되다 남노당 남라 태좀 사와서 좀미되 봐서 탈바 너와 탈바를 좀미되 봐 직조라 따와 대체 다 남노와데 따와 총진체 남라 태좀 사와데 태좀이 뭔체체
So these are also explained in the Abhidharma, in the system on the Treasury of Metaphysics, as being that the not having the wish to go, meaning enter into the path and go on the path, is the result is due to this intellectually acquired wrong view of the perishing collection or disintegrating collection. And then the second one, the holding to wrong views, refers to even if one wishes to go, one enters into some kind of deviating path which deviates from the correct path. And then the third one, doubt, which is a mental affliction, is is having doubt about the path itself.
Oh yeah, that is the tell you should Debuni, you should double a country Shagre, Tomba Bambi, said Tomba de Tomba Kunjosum. The Rata Temba Tomba Mambo, you are the Pound Tomba Kunjosum Bambis. Gejima Judu Lamla Jishi, Jesus Shawa, said Gejima Judu the country, Sana. That Tonam de la Shesa Gejima Judux. Shesa Gejima Judu country, Sana, Shewa Jet on Sabajet. Sabajet the Shewa Jet. Sabajet de la country, Sana, Dunga Chese, Gunjun Chese, Guaba Chese, Lam Chese.
So then here it then says that the result of having entered into the stream is in reference to the 16 moments of getting rid of, abandoning the things which are to be abandoned or gotten rid of by seeing, the path of seeing here. And the 16 moments of the path of seeing are subdivided into two parts. One set of 8 is endurance, and then the second set of 8 are different forms of knowledge, knowledge of the objects that one is meditating on.
Dunga Chese, Gunjun Chese, Guaba Chese, Lam Chese, Dunga Jese, Gunjun Jese, Guaba Jese, Lam Jese, Shewa.
So the way these are subdivided then according to the 4 Arya realities, and one first has endurance applied towards towards the reality of suffering with respect just yeah. So there's 4 types of endurance, or it's translated as forbearance sometimes, and 4 types of knowledge, and 8 moments of endurance, and 4 moments of knowledge, and then 4 additional moments of I'm all mixed up here.
For patience, for subsequent patience, for knowledge, for subsequent
knowledge. Okay, for patience, or 4 types of, well, this term is translated as forbearance or patience, or I'm translating it as endurance here. There's 4 types of knowledge. There's 4 types of endurance, which is connected to the topic, and then 4 types of subsequent knowledge as well.
Oh yeah, that digging on it, Saba digging on it, Chuse Shidang, Jesse Shidua, Chuse Shidang, Jesse Shigi, Chaba de Carre Sena, Banja de la, Banja Tomban de la, Dembashi Tomban Yari, Dishi Tomban, Banja Tomban de la, Dishi Tomban, Dembashi Tomban Yari, the Tomban de la, Deba, Kangwoma, Deba Tomban. 통방 강 오마기 대시 통방 강 오무 공 오마기 대시 통방기 연보 체배 차네 최세스 거래 고마 수당 수매기 대시 통방기 연보 체배 차네 최세스 거래 라다 안데.
So then the type of I'm going to use the standard translations from now on. It's just easier. So there's forbearance, there's knowledge, there's subsequent forbearance, there's subsequent knowledge, set of 4, and these are connected to both the desire realm and to the higher realms, the realm of formless and form realms. And then these are their objects here are the reality of suffering. So the first forbearance is connected to is targeted towards the reality of suffering as it pertains to the desire realm, and then there's a knowledge which is of that reality of suffering with respect to the desire realm. Then subsequent forbearance with respect to the higher realms, subsequent forbearance connected with true sufferings or the reality of suffering as it's connected to the higher realms, and then subsequent knowledge as it's connected to the reality of suffering of the higher realms.
Oh yeah, that 강 오마 대박이 대시 통방기 연보 체배 차네 아니 최세 세디가나 대시 통방대라 동아 통방 군중 통방 고바 통방 남 통방 시여바 연장 다 동아 통방기 연보 체배 대비 동아 통방기 연보 체배 차네 동아 최세 대비 군중 통방기 연보 체배 차네 군중 최세 대비 고바 통방기 연보 체배 차네 고바 최세 대비 남 통방기 연보 체배 차네 아니 남 최세 세과래 동아 최세 군중 최세 오바 최세 남 최세.
So then there's forbearance with respect to the phenomena that pertain to the reality of suffering of the desire realm. There's forbearance with respect to the reality of suffering as it pertains to the origins of suffering in the higher realms. All 4 of those relate to the both the desire realm and to the higher realms as well.
I just listed the 4 in relationship to the desire realm, 4 truths.
Yeah.
그래서 다 대신도 감 공무이 동아 통방기 연보 체배 차네 동아 죄세 강 공마그 군중 통방기 연보 체배 차네 군중 죄세 강 공마그 고바 통방기 연보 체배 차네 고바 죄세 아니 남 통방기 연보 체배 거네 아니 남 죄세 스테다 거래 그렇죠?
So all the forbearances function as the counteragents for that are applied towards each of these types of subdivisions of the true sufferings, true origins, true cessation, true paths. And then each of those aspects of the 4 truths or 4 realities is connected to each of the the realms, the desire realm, and then the 2 higher realms, so that there's a forbearance and a subsequent forbearance with respect to each of the 4 Arya realities or 4 noble truths as they apply to each of the 2 sets, the desire realm and the higher realm.
그래서 다 예수까지 뭐 주로 그래서
So then there's 8 types of forbearance and 8 types of knowledge that are produced because of the 2 sets of each.
다 내 손바밤에 깨지마 주루바 차와 인상 깨지마 주루보데 토마 가르치고 와래서나 토마 대라 대박이 동아 토마 그 언니 제박이 아니 동아 최세제 와 동아 최세 동아 최세디 대비 동아 통방기 언니 전에 방자대 동아 최세 공화가 그 방자 동아 가서 동아 통방대 방비 남로람 토바당 동아 최세 남로람대 동아 최세래 그러와 언니 바자 말람대 동아 최세체 동아 최세 그 동아 통방 그 언니 바자 말람 전에 동아 통방 방비 남로람대 동아 최세 그러와 네다 동아 최세당 최세 녀어대 아니 동아도 대비 동아 통방기 언니 바자 말람다 남로람
So the way this works then through the sequence is that the forbearance is the antidote or counteragent for which operates to eliminate the things which are to be gotten rid of on the path of seeing as they pertain to the truth of suffering within the desire realm. And then once that antidote is also an uninterrupted path. That forbearance, which is the antidote for that, is an uninterrupted path which leads directly into the knowledge of the reality of suffering or true sufferings of the desire realm. And then that knowledge is the path of liberation as it pertains to the true sufferings of the desire realm.
다 뒤제라 대비도 군주 통방 그 언니 바자 말람 군주 최세제 군주 최세기 대비 군주 통방 그 언니 바자 말람 전에 대방비 남로라 토바다 군주 최세토 군주 최세 그래서
군주 최세 So the way then it works the same way with respect to the higher realms of suffering. The higher realms, one has subsequent forbearance, which is the uninterrupted path, which is the antidote, and which functions as the uninterrupted path to get rid of true sufferings, the phenomena connected to true suffering as it relates to the higher realms. The subsequent knowledge then is the path of liberation from those obstacles which are to be eradicated on the path of seeing that are connected with true sufferings as they relate to the higher realms. Then one shifts to looking at the true origins, second of the Arya realities or noble truths. And one engages in forbearance with respect to true origins as they pertain to the desire realm. And that's the uninterrupted path which leads to the knowledge being here the path of liberation from the things to be gotten rid of that pertain to true origins in the desire realm.
고바 최세 기스가나 고바 최세디 대비 고바 통방 그 언니 받지 말람체 네 아니 대방비 남로라 토디가나 고바 최세에 톱 그와 남 최세디 대비 남 통방 그 언니 받지 말람체 대방비 남로라 토바나 남 최세 토비가나 다 대바 그 통방 탐제 방비 엔 남로라한테 남 최세들이
남 최세 곡된라
그러세요. 남도람.
디
그러세요.
디 곡된라.
고바 통방.
고바 통방.
고바 통방. 대비 고바 통방. 대비 고바 통방 그 뭐니 받지 말면 제가도 고바 취해서지. 대방비 남도람도 고바 취해서지. 내가 대비 남 통방 그 뭐니 받지 말면 남 취해서지. 대방비 남도 남제 남 취해서. 남 취해서 더 봐가라 대비 통방 빵간가 빵자래.
So the same, when one goes through the same procedure, following through these four stages that are connected to the four truths or four realities. And so in the last four moments of this path, one engages in forbearance with respect to the phenomena that pertain to true paths as they're connected to the desire realm. And that forbearance functions as the uninterrupted path, which leads into knowledge of the true paths as they relate to the desire realm. And that knowledge is then liberation is a path of liberation from the obstacles that are to be gotten rid of on the path of seeing. And then finally, there's a subsequent forbearance with respect to the phenomena of true paths as they relate to the higher realms. And that functions as an uninterrupted path leading into the path of liberation, which is called subsequent knowledge, knowledge of the the phenomena related to true paths as they're connected to the desire realm, the higher realms. And that's the last moment.
Oh, that 대체간 that 대체라 다 캄코마니지 수다 순감니지 아니 방자 동아 수수면이지 캄코마이 고미스 거리바 고미 동아 통방기 원예 파제 멜람텔라 동아 제세체 대방배 남로람텔라 동아 제세체 대니 고미 꾸주 통방기 원예 파제 멜람텔라 꾸주 제세체 대방배 남로람텔라 꾸주 제세체 대니 고미 고바 통방기 원예 파제 멜람텔라 고바 제세체 대방배 남로람텔라 고바 제세체 대내 고미 남통방 그 응에 파제 말람데라 아니 남제세체 대방배 남로람데라 남제시 아니 그지 뭐 주주바 남라 제수시와 세다디.
So all of these then are divided into two sets, such that there's forbearance and knowledge with respect to the truths as they relate to the desire realm. And then there are sets of subsequent forbearance with respect to the four truths as they relate to the higher realms, and subsequent forbearance with respect to a truth as it is connected to the higher realms. Gives rise to a subsequent knowledge, which is itself the path of liberation. So in each case, the forbearances function as uninterrupted paths with respect to their specific objects being one of the truths in connection to either to the desire realm, and then giving rise to the knowledge of that truth or reality as it pertains to the desire realm. And then the same thing applies to the higher realms, such that there's a subsequent forbearance with respect to a truth as it is connected to the higher realms, and then subsequent knowledge, so that these sets are structured into 16 moments, such that one proceeds through forbearance with regard to true sufferings for the desire realm, subsequent forbearance towards true sufferings as they relate to the higher realms, and so on until one gets finally to the last two moments of the 16 moments, subsequent forbearance as it relates to true paths on the desire realm, the higher realms, and that finally culminates in the 16th moment, which is subsequent knowledge of, as it relates to the phenomena of true paths as they're connected to the higher realms of existence.
Oh yeah, that tenderly get you my jujuba lam jeshi tobadang. That mania chenicana, Jolamne, you are it. Jolamne, Zondi, 안에 통람 같이 마지막에 파들라 가르에서나 방자들라 통방 군주스 못해 요와 방자 통방 군주스 요와 통방 군주스 요와 맞아도
기직 주루빠 졸람라 요르베
아
졸람라 말해
디나를 민도 단테야 말해 지면 맞아 다 된다 슈바단 내와 세가라 주주바데라 주주바 남제시데 토바 남로나 톱데 잡아 제네 주슈 제네 세토고래 와 주슈 제네데 방자 가래 방바레서나 통바 군주스 방비
토노스
와 방통의 방체 제네 주슈 제네 토고래서 방자 통방 군주스 방비 주슈 제네데 주주바 남로나 토바나 토와체 안딜라다.
So then the 16th moment of the path of seeing is explained as being a person who's achieved that is someone who's abiding in the result of being a stream winner, someone who has attained the stream. Stream winner is the way this is also translated. And someone who's achieved that 16th moment has gotten rid of those three kinds of fetters which were described as the three fetters of the wrong view of the disintegrating collection and the other two. Those three are the things to be gotten rid of that are to be gotten rid of by the path of seeing. So those are eliminated during the course of the previous 15 moments, and then in the 16th moment, one has abandoned them and thus has achieved the path of liberation from them and is thus existing within or abiding as someone who has achieved the result of being a stream winner.
Oh yeah. 다 주주바 남제시 도지 전에 토바자 다 텐저의 방자 토막군주서 판비 개우디 토비 치도 다 조와 잠간데라 가와니 요와레 세르 조와 잠간데 정아와네 마체니 조람 토마 조람 타미 내가라 조람네 손데 아니 서바 시서까지 마 정아텔라 냥겐기 가사되기 빵 톱자의 가르에서나 빵자 통방 군주에서 빵비 진시지 대우의 톱이치도 전바 치기와 연장 텐저위 전바 친게 가사되라 귀시 슈바체.
So where it says that someone who is
저람 댄지 바나 가지마 정알에 내에 가사되 귀시 슈바체.
저람
저람나.
So it's explained that someone who is on the basis of the path of preparation, the preceding path, has entered into the path of seeing, and they're as a result of that, they're a person who has entered into or is applying themselves toward achieving the result of being a stream winner by eliminating the things which are to be abandoned during the path of seeing. They by doing that, they enter into, or they are applying themselves, have commenced on the process of obtaining the result, which is being someone who has become a stream winner.
그래서 텐저의 가사대 저람 댄지 바나 정아와 남제세기 파 아니 방자 통방 군주에서 방비 대우 톱지도 정간데라 귀시 슈바체 뒤뒤지 남데라 귀시 슈빙원도체 그죠?
So someone who is then commenced to proceed towards achieving the result of being a stream winner is someone who has, in the path of preparation, has that as a foundation, and then on that basis enters into the path of seeing and is eliminating the obstacles that are connected, that are things to be gotten rid of, that are gotten rid of during that phase of the path. And so they're designated as someone who has commenced towards achieving the result of becoming a stream winner.
다더니 주루바 남제시 토바티잖아. 안다 주슈 전에 가사되라. 주루바 남제시 토베 가사되라. 주슈 전에 뒤규지 주루바 남제시라 내외 가사뒤 규지 통방군조숨 방비 남로 남태당 통방군조숨 방비 고대니 워데 규시지되고래. 아
독바당
토베 주루바 남제시 토바기 가사그 주지 주루바 남제시의 남로 남체 뒤규지 통방군조숨 방비 방바데 고대체가라 규시지 대부 드니샤 가사데 규슈 전에 시시 대부를 내외 가사.
So the person then who is abiding or is situated within the result of being a stream winner is a person who has achieved the 16th moment of the path of seeing, and that itself is a understanding.
토마군조스 빵빵 고단지와라. 고단 대당 아니 남로랑 주루바 남지시 니오데 지슈그 대우. 지슈그 대우들라 대우 뒤제 뒤마체 순도와 뒤제데 남로람데
So it's explained later in the text that the result in this context is both constructed and non-constructed, or something which is created and non-created. Here that's referring to the fact that this result is, on the one hand, it's a path of liberation, so that's the created part of it. And then on the other hand, this is a cessation, which is the getting rid of the things which are to be gotten, the obstacles which are to be gotten rid of on the path of seeing. So because those three kinds of fetters, the wrong view of the perishable collection and so forth, have been abandoned or gotten rid of, there's that cessation of them, and the realization, knowledge, the subsequent knowledge, which is the path of liberation, is something which has been constructed or created.
That's right.
And that's the result. Those two qualities constitute the result, and then someone who is dwelling within or situated within that kind of result is called somebody who's a stream winner or stream enterer. One can translate also.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh yeah. 제수시 남로 남당 스타 남로 남 토바당 규슈기 전에 규시 전에 토바 뒤냐면체. 그봐. 다 드니 규슈 전에 되라. 드네 대버도 요 공방이 뭐 충전 충숨 세가라. 대버도 요 공방 세가라. 디비세디 그 공방 세되라. 가르레에서나 대박이 안에 가르 따와되라 직다당 타다니체. 따왕아기 나네 직다 타다 아니 상마스보데 따와 촌진다 주름도시 촌진다 로다스보데 통방매도 공방매하래 되라
통방말로
따와 직다다 타다 마도비 로다 따와 촌진 주름도시 촌진들라 통방 그냥 가서 참아방 제 공방요 말이 따왕아기 나네 직다다 타다니라 공방요하래 그봐 하고서
직다단 타다
공방요하래 스트라 공방다 통방이가 요와체 따와 사마숨보다라 통방매도 공방명하체. 안티질라다.
So it's then. So this is explained in the text where it says that the result, which is becoming a stream enter or stream winner, is someone who has achieved the 16th moment of the path of seeing, which is and is constituted by the abandonment of the things which are to be abandoned or gotten rid of by the path of seeing. And someone who has obtained knowledge with respect to the path, true path here, and as someone who has accomplished the path of liberation. And then here there's a discussion of the differentiation between the things which are to be gotten rid of by the path of seeing and the things which are to be gotten rid of by the path of cultivation or meditation, which follows after this. And then it said in the text here that the mental afflictions which are to be gotten rid of by the path of seeing that are included within the desire realm are I'm sorry, yeah, the path of Derbadopi Gompangi Nyumung. So apart from the first, within there are sets of 5 views and 5 non-views that are listed subsequently in the text. And within those, of the first 5, the wrong view of the perishing collection and extreme views, those are the obstacles to be gotten rid of, things to be abandoned on the path of seeing, whereas the other ones are things to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm... Jikta tata... So the first 2, that is the wrong view of the perishing collections and the perishable disintegrating collection, and the wrong extreme views, those have sort of like 2 parts. Those which are portions of them are things which are to be gotten rid of on the path of seeing, and other portions of them are things which are gotten rid of on the path of meditation or path of cultivation. And sum the shensum gompang mato yomare.
Shensum tombang.
Shensum
Tombang kwanares.
are on the path of seeing. I'm sorry, I haven't studied this properly. So then the other 3 are strictly to be gotten rid of on the path of seeing.
Oh, 다 인제가라 공방대라 타다당도 직다다 타다니 이체. 드니 대자 공종 아자 마리바 시chen 주요. 그러나 대자 공종 아자 마리바 대가를 직다 타다시가 주 대비고 만들라. 공방 주체. 오 대라 공방 시리가라 공방 대라야 직다 타다 된다위 공방 주보 대라 내비 공방 찬이 대라 아니 첨보 고슴 등 고슴 충우 고슴 체크와래 와 인자데 대바도비 공방기 녀몽 세야데 대바도비 공방기 녀몽 대라 직다 타다 되자 공종 아자 마리바체가 주보대상
직다 타다
되자 공종 아자 마리바시 주상 대대바도 공방대 니몬데체 대라양 첨보 고슴 등 고슴 충우 고슴 제를 그 대비 녀몽 고스도 체크와래
So then there are 6 of these mental afflictions, which are of the 10 enumerated below, such that you have the wrong view, the view of the perishable collection, extreme views, desire, hatred, pride and ignorance. Right? Those are the things to be gotten rid of, which are included within the path of seeing. Path of meditation. Sorry, With respect to the desire realm, okay, yeah. And there's nine subdivisions of those, such that they're differentiated in sort of degrees of strength, so that you have a sort of gross and subtlety. You have the grossest and this intermediate and the subtlest, and each of those is subdivided into 3 subdivisions, such that you have the sort of like grossest of the gross, the grossest of the, the intermediate of the grossest subdivision, and then the subtlest of the gross, so on through 9 different variations.
구에 비해서, 다 천복 고슴, 충국 천복 고슴 다 충국 고슴, 빵자대 공디 잠바 빵자 체림, 여보 충림 제거 아래, 빵자 체림, 인자 천복 고슴 아니 정 고슴 빵가 인자 정기 나니 정기 충우 마방, 정기 충우 마방 봐. 정기 정 빵바들아 빵장아 쓰르와 와데 숨도 치유 구예비 주바 마방신 주바 마방와데 대니 주바 스나 정기 충우대 정기 충우대.
So then it says that the mental afflictions, which are to be gotten rid of by means of the path of meditation, and these mental afflictions, which are included within the desire realm, they're subdivided into 3 subdivisions: gross, intermediate, subtle, intermediate, and gross. But the sequence actually goes from gross to intermediate to subtle. And they're subdivided into 9 categories, as mentioned. The way this works is that in getting rid of these, one gets rid of the grossest form of these mental afflictions first, and then gradually eliminates the subtler ones through the sequence of 9. And on the other hand, the counteragent to these mental afflictions, or the antidote for these mental afflictions, it starts off by being weaker or subtler, and then it becomes more powerful, it becomes greater. So, yeah.
인자 주바 마방시 통방 방바 니데스 다야가 통방 짬 방바 지당 연영아와 파도 방바 지그 주바 마방바 나와 파도 방바 지그 니여와레스 와 통방 방바 통방 군조스 짬 방바 지당 대니 통방 군조스 방바 마세 되니 담보네 나위 파도 다 여러분 나와 세나 모두 다 대대지지 나와 파도 주바 마방바 나위 파도 다 방바 지와레스 그래서 이제 가나 주주바 남제시 수바 대기 주주바 남제시 토반타도 유식이 되고 토바체 되게 잡아 통방 방바 이상 텐자와 대기 유식이 되부들라 유식 전에 잠보와스키 유식 전에 잠보와 그래서
So here then it says that somebody who's or the result, which is being a stream enterer, is defined as someone or the person who has achieved that kind of result is someone who has gotten rid of all of these someone who has gotten rid of all of the things to be abandoned on the desire realm, things to be gotten rid of on the path of seeing. They've achieved that kind of abandonment, but they have not gotten rid of the 6th of the 9 subdivisions, the 6th of the 9 types of the mental afflictions, which are gotten rid of on the path of meditation, which are included in the desire realm, has not gotten rid of those, but they've gotten rid of the fifth of those. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So this person is designated as someone who's a stream enterer and is abiding in the result of being a stream enterer. So there's a distinction made between someone who is called a sort of mere abider in this, someone who is a mere abider in the fruit of being a stream enterer, and someone who is a special someone who's a special abider in the fruit of being a stream enterer. Yes.
타나 통방 공방 탐보 방비 저와라 슈디 잠바 안에 텐데위 되네데 규슈 되네 개발전 당 총슈바 이가래
총슈바
총기 저우 타발라 방자 방비 저와라 슈바 인장 안에 총슈바 규슈 되네 개발전.
So the difference here is made, this distinction is made between those who are abiding in the result of being stream enterers. The first of these, the sort of a mere, someone who is merely abiding in the fruit of being a result of being a stream enterer, is designated as such because they've gotten rid of the things to be eliminated on the path of seeing, but they have not yet applied themselves to eliminating the things which are to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation. Someone who has commenced eliminating the things which are to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation, and has done that such that they've eliminated up through the fifth of the gradations of the mental afflictions connected to the desire realm that are to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation. That person is called a special stream enterer. When they've eliminated all five of those,
총그 방자들라 되니 주요아 인자 되니 주기 나네 되니 담보네 상대 주비 파기 뭐니 되니 pombi 좋아라 주디 잠바 다 총기 좋아 방자 pombi 좋아라 주바 인장 텐다와디 규슈 되네 캬버전당 총 슈바.
So the person who has entered into the practice of eliminating the obstructions that pertain to the path of meditation, once they've when they've removed the first five of the gradations of those, they are called special stream winners or stream enterers, and they're also at that time they're engaging in or commencing in achieving the result, which is becoming a person who returns once, a once returner, so-called. So that being in the special type of stream winner is coterminous with being a person who is engaging in or commencing in achieving the result of becoming a once returner.
Oh yeah, that tender what they. 주주바 남치자 통란 남도 남도 토하러와 남도 토하러와 통란 버려와 대내 다 방자 공방 충우게 원예 파자만 제디 잠바 대코 관람도 야 공람들 얘기 와래 와 근데 권남 이간다 저 고마 토비치도 쩐디 가나 되네 쳐버려 젠체 되네 쳐버려 젠테라 간투지지 지슈기 저우 테라 방바 과단지당 남로 남지 니샤여라 지슈 저우 대 샤여자 테라 텐다디 저우 디제 드마체 다지 치사인 봐 저우 디제 드마체서 하고서 아 방자 젠 지슈 되나기 지슈기 저우 테라 뒤제 남로 남지당 디마 통방 군저스 바이 방바치 니여와 이제 그전 춘이 팀에람 저우 뒤제 드마체 뒤제도 과 남들음체 뒤마체도 과탄체 개종 우추디 파체 말람다 시글 사메 파체 말람다 개종 우추디 파체 말람다 서바데라 시고다 서바데 파체 말라와
So here it says in the text that therefore it says in the kosha, the treasury of Abhidharma, that the result is both constructed and non-constructed, or created and non-created. It says there, this is referring to how, for example, at the end of the path of seeing, the person has actualized the path of liberation, and that path of liberation is the portion of this result which is created or constructed, and then the abandonment, which is getting rid of the obstacles or the things to be abandoned during the path of meditation. The consequence, which is the actual abandonment of them, is itself the non-constructed or non-created portion of this result.
Oh yeah. 다 된디 되니 당번에 마위 파도 다 좀바신도 방야기 다 되니 대텐자와 되게 되니 주바방비 치도 전바 인장 되니 주바방비 되우지 치원 그 되우의 토비 치도 안에 되면 좀바신도 방야 인장 다시 되니 충응원에 바자면은 제바당 주주전에 쳐버려 제인 바당 치원 수방어 치원 수병어 좋아지 다 텐자 위총 슈바 되기 되니 나와당 되니 주비 응원에 바자 매람 깨네 주비 주바방바당 아니 주바방비 남로 남데 치용 그 저우 용어를 주비 디자 남로 남데 체 아니 주바방비 과된데 치용 그 저우 용어를 주비 아니 뒤마체 과된 뒤마체 체
So then the same thing applies to shifting from being a stream enterer into being a once returner. One engages in the stages of that path and eliminates the obstacles, the things to be abandoned during that phase of the path. And when one has gotten rid of the sixth among the ninth gradations of the mental afflictions which pertain to the desire realm, then one shifts from being a stream enterer into becoming a once returner. And the same thing applies, and in that case as well, there's a path, which is the path of liberation from the things to be gotten rid of, as well as the abandonment of those obstacles or things to be abandoned, and that is both constructed and non-constructed, or created and non-created, has those two dimensions. And shifts into the next phase of becoming a once returner, and then the same thing applies to someone who is someone who's dwelling in the result of being a once returner. Is one who has actualized the path of liberation, which gets rid of the sixth of these things to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation. And then when one shifts from that status to obtaining the result of being a non-returner, one actualizes the path of liberation, which is the abandonment of the nine gradations of the things which are to be included within, to be abandoned on the path of meditation connected to the desire realm, as well as the obstacles to be gotten rid of on the things to be gotten rid of on the by the path of seeing. Okay.
那连续7万年，他在来的嘞，连续7万年，7万年这部呢代表光帮出把帮别，南着南当帮我我是连续7万是的军战开的是那7万个这部他们那样，对吧？连续个计划有的，连续计划，因此后来连续7万是，他就希望那些现在哦。 对你出兵，我也怕钱买那么的，给了人家的穷修把钱，允许在那7把钱。天朝为允许在那7把，穷在那穷允许出把贴给，代表光帮出把帮把，那么多那么的呀，他把贴在那，俺那穷个州区别，对钱那么多那么当，穷个州的区别，俺那广单。 你出发帮把拖把一在，天以后的期望给职务当，天来那位看啥的期望这样的。
So then, as it says in the text here, the result of becoming a once returner, someone who is returning for one rebirth in the desire realm, is defined as the path of liberation, which abandons the sixth of the things to be gotten rid of by the path of meditation that pertain to the desire realm. And so that path of liberation, as well as the abandonment affected during the course of that path. So here the path of liberation is, just as above was stated, is a constructed thing, constructed phenomenon, and the abandonment is a non-constructed phenomenon, is a cessation. So that result has those two dimensions of the being a path of liberation and being defined by the abandonments that have occurred before it. And then a person abiding in that result is called someone who is situated in or abides in the result of being a once returner.
Oh yeah, that any the chupa pambi namdro lam thoma tabati chong gene thoma tabati che thoma tadu tajina shi jene chimung chong jene zambo wa che rwa chong jene zambo wa tene sunde ta denye geba guwa ane poma joala shuti zamba joala shuba dang ane chong jene chabar jen dang chimung shuba
Chimong Shuba.
Chimong Shuba.
Chimong Shuba.
Chimong Dene Chaba Janda, Chimong Shuba Niwate, that's Chimong Shuba de Gore.
So someone who has achieved, who has initially gotten rid of the sixth thing to be abandoned by the path of meditation, as they're connected to the desire realm, and has achieved that path of liberation. Is called someone who is a mere person who is situated in the result of being a once returner. Merely is that. So it's sort of like the initial phase of being a once returner. Then when such a person applies themselves, undertakes removing the antidotes, removing the things to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation, that are connected to the desire realm, up to the ninth of those, up to and including the ninth of those, then they are designated as a special person who's abiding in the result of being a once Lanchik Chimiongi Kerbachin. So they're so they are a person who is a special person who's abiding in the result of being a once returner, and is equally someone who has commenced in undertaking to achieve the result of being a non-returner. And so those are simultaneous or different designations for the same person.
Yes, one.
Yes.
Oh, the dead why? Chimong Tomband, they said, Tender with Chimong Japanese, Tomband, Gombang, debut Gombang, Guapambi, said that tender with Chimong Shuba Teki. I knew Tomband, Gombang, because of Gombang Guvaki, Tombang and the Pansarva. That Gombang debut Nimon Guvak, Onion Pacha, Melam Patu, Chimong Shubacha. That the new Guapang be Namdrolam Tobatang Namdrolade, Chimongi, David, DJ, Chimongi Jayung over to DJ Namdrolam Teta. The new Guapang be Guatandi, Chimongi Jayung over to Anipamba or Dumachet Toari.
Then the result, which is result of being a once a non-returner, is defined as someone, or the result there is defined as the state of having gotten rid of already, you've already gotten rid of all the things to be gotten rid of on the path of seeing. And then also, in addition to that, one gets rid of the ninth among the different gradations of the things to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation as they pertain to the desire realm. So the path of liberation, which it gets rid of that ninth gradation of the things to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation, is the constructed dimension of this result of being a once returner. And then the abandonment, the actual abandonment of that gradation of the mental afflictions is the cessation. So just similarly here, the status or the result of being a non-returner has these two aspects, which are one of which is constructed or created, and the other is not non-constructed, not created.
다 자주비 대원이 시시 공방 비님은 고방비 남로란다 빵바디 라바자모다 순디가나 제바라바 잠잖아 시세를 자르마다 자주비 대우토발라 티파파도 빵자데라 탄다 대박 공방 님은 고 빵바자면도면 만 치마소마 다 수지 데라 수지 님은 수라 삼대 시와라 삼대 답이 님은 이위 님은 순비 님은 시위 님은 아니 나가타야 남시타야 제암에 시제 오 텐데 제가나 텐데 레레기 니모라야 충주 쳐보고 전에름바 시도 복방거래 다 름바 시도 빵데 타를 아니 시지 공반 니모 구하기 충우 그거에 바제 매남데 오다 시지 니모 담보디 치몬게 저 토바 장라빵 저 가서래 강고면 영원라 뻥와라 미진비 파데라 양카타 좀 고만 나시 전에 치몬 전에 삼바와체 되네 다 가서래 강고면 영원 뻥지도 준비 좋아라 슈바당 아니 치몬 전에 쳐버리 젠당 아니 다좀 슈바这个话的
So the text here says that with regard to the result, which is being an arhat, it's explained that this is the path of liberation, which gets rid of the ninth of the mental afflictions, which are to be gotten rid of on the path of meditation, and which pertain to the peak of existence, and then also the abandonment, which is the abandonment of those mental afflictions. And this this portion of it is presented just sort of a rough overview of it. The way this operates then is that someone who has entered into, who is abiding in the result or situated in the result of being a non-returner applies themselves to meditating and to eliminating the mental afflictions which are to be gotten rid of by the path of meditation. These are connected to the different realms of existence, such that in the form realm, there's 4 meditative concentrations, and there are gradations of mental afflictions that are connected with each of those 4 stages of or 4 levels of the form realm. And then with the formless realm or non-physical realms above the form realm, there are also 4 levels of that, and they have different gradations of the mental afflictions that are connected to each of those different levels. So the person who's situated in the result of being a non-returner applies themselves to eliminating all of those things to be gotten rid of through the path of meditation. And as they go up through the different levels, get rid of all of the different gradations of those mental afflictions until finally they get rid of this 9th mental affliction, which is connected to the peak of existence and is gotten rid of on that last stage of the path of meditation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you talk about the true mind and
The
special type of?
Yeah, that person who's doing that is the special person who's abiding in the special form of the person who's abiding in the result of being a non-returner.
Oh, yeah. That take devu shi ne sing songa kaso re devu shi sena jushu ji devu ani kaso chiong devu chimong devu da chu bi devu se de la mo jin ji zang ba ba de che da ba be nam ro lan de dang kwa de re du che che de ne sena ani ten de devu tele ne be kasa de che da shu ba shi se de devu de to bi chi du 아니 더 대단테 토비치도 주슈고 더 토비치도 좋아라 슝간데라 주슈 슈바 체 대나시 치원고 더 토비치도 좋아라 슈가데라 치원 슈바 아니 치원 슈바 대다 그 주지 람데라 아니 치원 슈비 온도 주슈 슈비 온도 아니 더 라존 슈비 온도 스토시가르.
So then this has given an overview of the 4 types of results. The result of being the result of entering into the stream, the result of returning once, the result of which is not returning, the result of being an arhat, and in each of those cases, then there's the result is divided into those portions which are created, that is the path of liberation, and those are the realizations that are the path of realization, path of liberation, and as well as these non-constructed portions, the abandonments. And so each of these 4 phases or each of these four results is obtained by a person, and a person who has who has commenced in achieving this kind of result is called someone who has commenced, or someone who has entered into this. Someone who has achieved the result is someone who is abiding in that kind of result, or is situated in the result. And so each of the four types of result has, the persons are divided into those two types: those who are applying themselves to achieving the result, those who have attained the result, so there are 8 then people who have commenced to apply themselves to get the result. Four types of persons who have applied themselves to getting the result, and then 4 types of person who have achieved those results.
다 대부면아 대내매 수바타자 여바미 대부 아니 지슈기 대우 용어를 주비 아니 고바당 야 졸라 남졸람 치용그 대우 주비 대당 오 대다게 안다 뒤제 남졸라다 뒤마체 고바니오데 메나 대우 시오랑아라기 오르 주비 메나 대우 대메나 아니 된다요 뒤제 남졸람당 뒤마체 고바텔라 네바기 가사 메바이야 메바인자 대내메아레스 대내메나 대내데 토비 치도 대우도 토비 치도 아니 좋아라시 배전 진짜 좀 간기 아니 슈퍼타자 요마 메고 그래 자와티 코나 두시데 right?
So then the last two lines of this verse here say, if those results don't exist, then persons situated in those results would be non-existent, and those who have commenced towards those results would also be non-existent. So the commentary then says that if those 4 results were non-existent, then the Arya persons who abide within or situated within those results, the 4 persons who are situated in the results would be non-existent. And then if that's the case, then if there's no result and there's no persons who are situated in those results, then of course there's also no persons who commence to undertake, who make effort to achieve those kinds of results.
제가 다가라래도 다시 해야지. 주시지 되고 아니 좋은 거 되고 치문 거 되고 다저비 되고 시보 되다 매나 되고 되달라네 파베 강사 아 되고 rel려와야 시와야 매도 대매비지 파베 강사 되고도 특별시 슈바 시보 다자 여바면 다 집어서 되와 다시 해야지.
The commentary is exactly what I just said, that if those 4 are non-existent, those 4 results are non-existent, then the 4 types of persons who, the Arya persons who are situated in those results, the 4 persons situated in the results would be non-existent. And since those would be non-existent, then the persons who are Aryas, that is the 4 persons who are applying themselves towards achieving those results, would also be non-existent.
Oh yeah, 다 지수 수바세데 가와요아레서 딱 다중에 졸람 땡지요세데 랑지비가 현슈샤 랑지비루라 졸람 땡지바네 정아와 남지서 그발요아레 다 탄주루라 지수 수바데 가와요아레서나 정아와 남지서 동아 최선에 정아와 남지서 그발에 내와기 그지뭐 정아를 내게 가사데 지수 수바레 스테도 저와들라 지수 수바니 주루바 남지시지 나로 서바다 시위 그다니 서바다시가나 서바다 시위 그지마 안에 정아를 내와 동아체세 동아체세 군중체세 군중체세 고바체세 난 동아체세 군중체세 고바체세 남체세 아니 고바체세 남 가서 고바체세 되니 남체세라와 어때 동아 최선에 아니 남 제세기 파지 까지 뭐 정화라 내와 강사대 주슈슈 바래
wrong look 그래. Wrong look. So then the next line explains how a person who is applying themselves towards achieving the result of being a stream enterer, how they're defined. That's in here in the consequentialist system of Madhyamika. This is described somewhat differently from the way it's explained in the autonomous school of Madhyamika and the other schools. So this is giving it according to the this system, our own system here. So here it says that someone who is applying themselves or commenced in achieving the status of being a stream enterer, is someone who has abiding in the 15th moment of So someone who has someone who is abiding in the 15th moment of the path of seeing, which is prior to the subsequent knowledge, which constitutes subsequent. Thank you. Someone who is applying themselves to and commenced in achieving the status of someone who is a stream enterer is someone who is situated in or within the state of the 15 moments of forbearance and knowledge, which are prior to the subsequent knowledge with respect to the path, which is the 16th moment of Mapangpa. So here it's saying that it's someone who has not gotten rid of the Denji,
Talking about someone who's moved up to the 15th. If you remove the 16th moment, then that person is referred to as the chewing.
Right. So it's someone who has gotten rid of who is someone who's applying themselves towards becoming a stream winner is existing within the 15 moments of the path up to the 16th moment, but has not achieved that 16th moment yet. If they've achieved the 16th moment, then they have become a stream winner and are then subsequently commence with becoming a once returner.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Is that right?
Right.
Yes.
lam jese juruba lam jese ngaro lam jese ne cherma ma che kana ta dunga chese ki tambo dunga chese chese ane kunjung chese chese goba chese chese ane lam chese chese tani ang kham khama ki dunga chese chese dunga chese chese kunjung chese chese goba chese chese lam chese nga jenga tudwa oti lam jenga la newa de ni chupa ma bamba de la da ji shi chupa de ni chupa ma bamba.
So somebody who has not gotten rid of the sixth of the mental afflictions, which is connected to the desire realm, is called someone who is applying themselves, is commenced with becoming a stream winner. And so here it says that this is referring to someone who exists, who is existing within the 15 moments, within the 15 moments of forbearance and knowledge, which are prior to the subsequent knowledge towards the path, which is true path, which is the 16th moment. So prior to that, then, the person has not gotten rid of the sixth of the things to be gotten rid of by the path of meditation, which pertain to the desire realm. We'll stop there.
Sanye